Hey guys, look what I got. That's right, I got a box from Motion RC. It is an RC plane, so I'm going to quit talking. We're going to open up this box and we're going to see what plane it is. Alright guys, here's the RC plane we got, and it is the F-105 Thunderchief, aka the Thud. Alright, so this box is not very fancy. It's kind of plain Jane, to be completely honest, but what's inside is not, and that's what we're going to take a look at right now. So here's a quick look at the box and the way it's packaged. Everything is packaged up nice and tight. Here are all the parts and pieces, and there really aren't very many, so I'm hoping this is going to be a really quick and easy build. And when you see this next, it's going to be all put together. Alright guys, here's what this thing looks like all put together. As you can see, right back there, there's a little imperfection back there with where the afterburner piece meets up, but to be honest, you're not going to really notice that in the sky, so not really a huge thing. Other thing I wanted to point out, be prepared for this guys, because they don't mention it in the build video, the Motion RC build video. That's what I'm talking about right now. So this area right here on the main wing where it all glues together, it is not flat. It's got curves and angles and all sorts of stuff, so it's not really clear where you need to put the glue. At least it wasn't to me. So my recommendation is to make sure you put it on the fuse here and on the wing there, and don't go too much because you don't want it to poke through and then eat the paint. That cement, glue, whatever you want to call it, will, if it comes in too much contact with the paint, it can potentially eat the paint, and this finish is immaculate, so you probably don't want to mess with that. Alright, so coming up next, I'm going to show you the inside of the canopy. Alright guys, here is a look inside the canopy. As you can see, we've got just a little switch that pushes that metal pin back, and then the foam goes under that lip. I've got the canopy off to the side so I can use both hands with this. Right here we've got an AR610 Spectrum radio. I've got the long line going off into the nose here, and then I've got that antenna pointed up. Ideally it would point out more that way, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. As long as you're making the L, an effort to make that L, Spectrum receivers are pretty solid, at least in my experience. Right here is the battery placement. It's right about correct for the CG. Now the CG runs right about that second panel line there. I haven't flown it and tested it, but that's my understanding, and in reviewing the manual and talking to some awesome people on RC groups and Discover RC, Pat and John, thank you very much for that direction. And as you can see, this connector is not the appropriate connector for this. I do have an adapter that I'm going to use off camera, and we're going to do a quick little motor test and control surfaces test. Alright guys, here is a look at this plane. I got this set for elevons, and that is what the movement looks like. That's up and down, left and right, and just kind of a little circle around there. Let's do an engine test, and then I'll show you the mechanics of how the ailerons and elevator are attached. So let's spool this up. Probably shouldn't spool it up too much because I just felt a nice burst of thrust, and I really don't want to have this go shooting across my bed. Alright, I got that up to the low 20s on my radio, and that's good enough for me. Hope that you guys enjoyed that quick little sound test to listen to what this motor actually sounds like. It's not a 12-bladed fan, it's a 5-bladed fan, so you're not going to have that really cool jet sound that some of the more expensive planes have, but that's what you get right there. Alright guys, so here is another angle looking at the elevons. There we go. can see that the elevator has a little more kick to it versus the aileron there. And if you look under here, see if I can get that. Yeah. See how that fits together? So if you look at this servo here, it's the closest to the screw. And then on the aileron, it is the middle one. So if you go back here, that is on the middle one too. Now I've got this on low rates right now, and when I had it on high rates, I noticed some flexing with this right here. Some of the flight reports I've seen, guys say that it really doesn't impact the flight much, so that should be a good thing. It shouldn't be an issue, rather. So there you go. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing and overview. Like, comment, and subscribe, and GB Linden out.